Shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless. This is part 2 of Colors in the Bible. All right. And to my right, I have
Soldier Jonathan.
All right. Soldier Jonathan will be reading for me today. Lord willing, you guys enjoyed part 1. We got many episodes coming out about color in the Bible. All right. We're going to scrape all the flesh off the bones. All right. Leave no doubt in your mind that the Israelites are so-called black people. Okay, people of color. Let's open up with the book of Hosea, chapter 3, verse 4.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 3 and verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image.
And without an image. I want to focus on that word right there. Image, image, image. Imagery is everything. The Bible said that the children of Israel would abide many days without a king and without an image. Why? We would go into captivity. And the heathens would destroy all of our images, whether they burned it or they whitewashed our images, okay? Now let's go to the time of the Greeks. Now let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1. And verse 1. We'll start there.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
So Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, came out of the land of Chittim. Chittim is Rome. Okay? He had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes. Go ahead.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
The first over Greece was who the world calls Alexander the Great. All right? Jump down to verse 9.
Verse 9.
Actually, start at verse 7.
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
He died of syphilis. Come on.
And his servants bare rule, every one in his place.
And his servants were his friends that he grew up with since childhood. Come on.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils was multiplied in the earth when these same people who Alexander the Great grew up with became kings. All right, you had Ptolemy, you had Cassander, you had Lysimachus, and you had Seleucus. Read.
Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root.
The wicked root that came out of them was Antiochus or Antiochus, okay, the fourth, okay, also known as Antiochus Epiphanes. He came out of the line of Seleucus. Come on.
Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
And the king Antiochus hated the Jews, the black Jews. He hated them, all right? Hated them with a passion, all right? He wanted to assimilate, integrate them into Greekish customs, Greekish fashions. All right, let's jump forward now. Let's jump forward. Let's get 1 Maccabees 3:48. 1 Maccabees 3, verse 48. Because some of you foolishly believe that the so-called Jewish man, that they're the Israelites. The Israelites are black. Okay? They're not white. They're black. Come on.
1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So these Greeks laid open the book of the law, where the heathen had what?
The heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So you got to think, if the Israelites were so-called white people, why would the Greeks have to paint the likeness of their image? The likeness of their images would already be on these scrolls, on these different parchments. Think, y'all not thinking. The Israelites were people of color. Go back now a chapter, go to chapter 2, verse 48, to show you what happened. Come on.
1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 48. So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles and out of the hand of kings. Neither suffered they the sinner to triumph.
You hear that? They recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles. What was the law? the Torah, the Tanakh, from Genesis all the way to Malachi. All right. Get me 2 Maccabees 2:13. Let's get some more. So what are we showing you? That the Israelites are so-called black people.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 13. The same things also were reported in the writings and commentaries of Nehemiah, and how he, founding a library, gathered together the...
Founding a what?
A library.
A library of what? What do you think was in that library? Scrolls, books, records, composition of records. Come on.
Gathered together the acts of the kings and the prophets and of David and the epistles of the kings concerning the holy gifts.
Concerning the holy gifts. Is that it?
That's verse 13. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I want to show you that there's been different artifacts found that shows you how we had different drawings and so forth in our scrolls. Let's pull this up. Okay, this is from April 2011. So it's an old article, and the title is this the first ever portrait of Jesus? The incredible story of 70 ancient books hidden in a cave for nearly 2,000 years. Scroll down, and I'll read it. All right, it says, the image is eerily familiar. A bearded young man with flowing curly hair after lying for nearly 2,000 years hidden in a cave in the Holy Land. That's Jerusalem. The fine detail is difficult to determine, but in a certain light, it is not difficult to interpret the marks around the figure's brow as a crown of thorns. The extraordinary picture of one of the recently discovered herd of up to 70 lead codices, booklets, found in a cave in the hills overlooking the Sea of Galilee is one reason Bible historians are clamoring to get their hands on the ancient artifacts. If genuine, this could be the first ever portrait of Jesus Christ, possibly even created in the lifetime of those who knew him. Go down, and you see right there, what is that? What is that? Imagery, 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 imagery. Down, scroll down, okay? The tiny booklet, a little smaller than a modern credit card, is sealed on all sides and has a three-dimensional representation of a human head on both the front and the back. One appears to have a beard and the other is without. Even the maker's fingerprint can be seen in the lead impression. Beneath both figures is a line of as yet undeciphered text in an ancient Hebrew script. Astonishingly, one of the booklets appeared to bear the words Savior of Israel, one of the few phrases so far translated. Go down. All right, you see imagery right there. Okay, that's the walls of Jerusalem. You have the trees, and these are on records, scrolls, books. Okay, so it wasn't just words. It wasn't just words on scrolls. We had imagery on the side of these scrolls, okay? Scroll down. Is there any more left on that? All right, and that's the heathen that found it, okay? And when you read on in this article, it told you, look at the menorah on that one. You could see a little imprint of a menorah. They tested the metal and the different stuff that the books was made from, and they realized that it wasn't a hoax. This guy wasn't making stuff up. The material dated back to all the way back then, during ancient biblical times. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up, brothers and sisters, is to show you that we had images along on the sides of our scrolls, okay? So when you read 1 Maccabees 3:48, you got to make it come to life, all right? Now get me the other picture, okay? This is right here. Look at this, Maccabees. What is this imagery? What are they? Black. Look at that. All right, this is found in a Greek church. Let me get the info. 1 second. Let me get the info. Okay, I'll read it. All right, these are Maccabean martyrs from the Panteleimonos Monastery, 11th century Mount Athos in Greece. Once again, this is a drawing that our forefathers left prior to the Renaissance. The Maccabean martyrs from Panteleimonos Monastery, 11th century Mount Athos, Greece. Okay? Read that again, 1 Maccabees 3:48.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So what are we doing now? Turning everything that's been flipped upside down, right side up. Showing you the truth of the Bible. That you so-called blacks, you Hispanics and natives, indigenous of this land, you are the biblical Israelites. Time to wake up. Wake up, stay tuned for part 3. With that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.